Dead state, spend or save. So before I start anything, you need to know that this is another early access demo build, which is risen from the greenlight section on the old Steam platform. Anyway, here's what it has to say on the Steam page. Dead State is a compelling high-tension survival RPG set at the beginning of a zombie apocalypse. As society is beginning to fall apart, the player must organise a scant handful of allies working on fortifying a shelter, scouting for food and supplies, making uncertain alliances with others, and attempting to hold together a group as humanity teeters on the brink of extinction. A full-fledged RPG featuring shelter building and management, turn-based tactical combat, a reactive story and dialogue with an emphasis on survival at any cost. Attract new allies, scavenge for food and supplies, and protect your shelter at any cost. Do you have what it takes to lead a desperate group through a crisis? This is your chance to find out. At its current state, it's an in-game 7-day demo where you are able to play out the first quest of fixing the wall around the school where everyone is situated. Before you hop into the game, you're faced with a very basic character creation system, which in time will be developed with more skins and etc. and more things to customize, but at the moment it's very basic. Your character acts as the leader of the group. The things you find and where you go is strongly influenced by the quest that you are confronted with. For example, if you're trying to find tools to work with, your main priority is go to a hardware store, and depending on your condition of the people after you've got your main supplies, you can choose to either go scout in other houses to find some useful items, or you can head back and play it safe. The combat is probably the most developed part of the game. At this moment in time, you should be able to tell by the intro footage, which I put in the video. It's a turn-based combat system where players have a certain amount of points they can spend on either moving to different areas or attacking with different attacks. Obviously, if you outnumber the target, you will get more turns for each player, assuming there is one target. This really works well with the fact that you are able to see things in the field of view of a player. So if you you have the choice of splitting up players and having several viewpoints, so you can see all around you, or you can stick together and have a combat advantage. So for example, if you're walking into a room with one guy and there's a zombie in there, you can't, because it's bird's eye, you think it's empty, but once your character gets a nice view of the room, you can actually see if there is a zombie in there, and if there is, the zombie will initiate combat before you are able to react, because he's the person who sees you first, so he gets the first turn. This game has huge potential, and although the devs have been reluctant to show us the majority of their game, once the final release comes and the full game carries on what the demo is going for, that will definitely be a spend for me. However, I'm sure you're aware of games where devs have completely abandoned their cause and just put no effort in after early access. There is always a risk with buying early access games, and especially with this game at a price point of $18.99. This is a 7-day demo, don't forget. That is quite steep for a 7-day demo. However, I think this game has huge potential. I like the direction it's going in. So yeah, based on that, I'm going to say spend. But with the full release around the corner, I wouldn't spend quite yet. I would wait until the full release comes out. They did say summer 2014, which is coming to an end. Buy it when the full release comes out. Wait for another review to come out, which I will be doing, and see if you like the look of it then, and then yeah, give it a go. But the price is only going to go up. I can imagine it will only go up, but at the moment I wouldn't buy it. I'll just wait until the full release.